Good morning. Good morning. Hello, my howlers. Sako to me, also known as Casboy, and this morning we're going to talk about banishment and cleansing over coffee. Why aren't you getting a healthy stream? Damn you, YouTube. Why? Damn you, YouTube. So I'm still, getting my wits about me and drinking my coffee and waiting for people to show. It'll be fine. It'll be nice. I guess I could start talking now. Hey, Sage. It's so lovely to see you. So, this morning I recorded a video, which will premiere at 10 o'clock this morning, and I had my earphones in for the live stream version, which I deleted. But I had my earbuds in for the live stream version, and the sound quality was terrible, super terrible, and it never occurred to me that the sound quality would be the goddamn worst. So I won't be using my earbuds for live streams anymore. That's gonna be a thing. I'll have to figure out some other kind of listen-y bits for future multi-person events. Oh. So, yeah, I'm sorry about the sound quality in the past. Jeez. Because the mic on the Computron is better than the mic on my earbuds. Alright. For some reason, YouTube thinks that I'm not offering a good ping, but I am. So what's the problem? I wonder if I can refresh it, or would it just end my stream? YouTube is full of crap. I absolutely agree. I think the wee one is awake. She's just watching TV for some reason. Not for some reason. She usually comes out and says hello, so. Watch me I can succumb to trick. Thanks. Yeah. No problem. Alright. Today we get to open up this book. Because, like, the first 15 pages or whatever are on banishment and cleansing. Okay. Let's see here. So I actually went kind of fancy with this book. I have my own opening ritual, and but like the pages are and it's with like a kind of not a glitter pen, but like a metallic, very high quality glitter pen. I need more, but it requires going to Staples, and I don't even know if Staples is open. I don't know. Okay, so yesterday I talked about a sort of banishment powder. This would be the oil version. It would be 2 parts cinnamon, 2 parts black pepper, 2 parts cumin, 1 part cayenne, and then castor oil to cover. And then steep for a week, stirring daily. And if you do the whole oil banishment thing, I guess you could consecrate it like objects to banish with banishing oil. You'd have to wash your hands like all the time. But burning sigils is a good way of banishing. Black candles are a good way of banishing. Mirrors and Sharpies. So this is a sort of curse. Get a small, like, hand mirror. On the back of the mirror, write the name of the target underneath it, and write, "You've sent me strife and caused me pain. I now reflect it back again." You can also add a sigil if you like. Keep the mirror with you until they fuck off. Banishment with water. Just stir it counterclockwise. Same goes with coffee, any liquid. Stir it counterclockwise and it will banish. Troubles be gone, wash clean away, leave me free of blank again. So, be it people or... Alright, let's see. Onyx, obsidian, sacred to Hecate, or Hecate, or however you want to say it. Really good at breaking down obstacles and banishing in general. I guess I should go into what banishing is. Usually it's the banishment of negative energy, of negative spirits, of negative people. Recaning. Recaning is the non-cultural appropriated word of smudging. Smudging is the native connotation for it, and if you're not if you're not native, then you're recaning, and you're not smudging. Chamomile for spring, lavender for summer, sage for fall, pine for winter, and let's be frank, sage works like all year round. I don't particularly like the smell of burning sage. It reminds me of pot. But I got some rosemary hanging. I've got some lavender, black candles, sound. Sound is really great. I have a chime in the kitchen. Bells are really great. You'll also notice that a lot of... There's my Four Thieves vinegar. Jeez Louise. That's nice. Jars. This one has so you want the nails or the tacks that will banish. You want this one goes all the way. I don't think you need all this stuff. Write your intention and sigil and lay it in the bottom of the jar. Drop in the tacks. Sprinkle in the herbs. Sprinkle in, pour in the water, flooding away negative energy and harm. Seal and burn the candle over the top of the jar. So water would be the destruction of the sigil, the activation of the sigil, rather. Another candle and mirror thing. Black salt. Black salt is one of my favorites. You have a sacred fire of some kind, usually during a holiday. Take some of the charcoal from that fire. Oftentimes you will burn incense during said event. Keep some of the ashes. Throw it into a mortar. Or, yeah. Throw it into a mortar. Go ahead and add a little bit of charcoal goes a long way, just so you know. Throw in a bunch of sea salt or kosher salt, whichever you prefer. I use sea salt myself. I gotta feed my cat. Hello, Nobu. Are you hungry? Look at you being so lovey. There you go, baby. All right. So basically, you've got a ton of salt. You've got a small bit of charcoal. Throw in some black pepper. Throw in the ashes of the incense, and then take the pestle and you can probably use like a coffee grinder or something. I like the hands-on. Once you have it all ground together and mixed up, you have black salt. You can hide a small bag of black salt in your workplace to absorb anger and moodiness and gossip. You can sprinkle black salt under or near your bed to help ward away nightmares. You can use it in a casting circle like you can with normal salt, but it will stain, so be aware of that. Maybe do it outside. Sprinkle a bit behind an unwanted guest to make them leave. They will feel the urge to depart. So I talked about Four Thieves vinegar yesterday, but I didn't talk about like the stuff that you can do with it. You can sprinkle it over you usually sprinkle it over your doorstep to ward away enemies, to only let in people who wish you well. You can use it in your cooking. You can eat it. So you use it in cooking or salad to yourselves against evil and even break spells against you. We got the war water. Which is the one with the nails and the moss and the pond water. You can sprinkle it on the doorstep to curse people who enter. So you would sprinkle it on the doorstep of your enemy. Or you can just use it like a grenade and break it on the doorstep to curse them. I have not needed to do that, however, it's an option. Hope for the best, expect the worst. That's the way I look at it. And then we get into cleansing. There's a lot of stuff in Banishment that also cleanses, much like there's a lot of charging stuff that works for activation in Sigil work. So you can often use the same technique before and after. Let's see, baths are purifying. There are herbs that are purifying. Sage is a big one. Smoke is purifying, usually like incense smoke or recaning smoke. Let's see, ring bells. Burn incense over it. In a hood, bath thyself by letting... Oh, yeah. Okay. Most of the banishing spells also double as cleansing or protection spells, though cayenne and paprika is distinctly banishment. So, sunlight and moonlight, also really great for cleansing. Windows around or near your altar is a great idea. I think my cat is threatening to throw up. Please don't throw up. I don't want my cat to throw up. It means I have things to clean up. He chugged his food really fast. If you leave your chalice or a jar or a bucket out in the rain, especially at night. So, okay, I see. So triple action. Um, if it is, so the power of a storm amplifies magical effects to include cleansing. Um, Leave it for the sun or moon to charge for both the chalice and the water. But yeah, storms are great amplification. It's also a manifestation of Kali. So it's good to thank her for her tantrum. And then I get into invoking, which will be a video. I think today I'm supposed to release a video on deities and invoking, not just deities, but invoking in general. Let's see, shadow work, more invoking. Are there any questions regarding banishment or cleansing? I can probably go into my grimoire and find more. But there's always the 4 elements, destruction and permanence. Florida water is my favorite, so I don't have to cleanse with smoke or any of that stuff. I can just spray a bottle and kind of like an air freshener and basically spray that shit till it feels like home. My cat threw up invisible barf. We could talk about tools. I would prefer to have the tools in front of me if I'm being quite honest. I should do a tutorial on how to make a shrine. How to make an altar. I should do a video series on tools. That is a thing that should happen. We can talk about baths. Baths are great because you can make your own, like, tea bags that you can throw into the bath so you're not fishing out, like, rose petals and stuff. Or you can make bath bombs. Bath bombs are kind of tricky. You can find witchy bath bombs on Etsy or something. It's actually, bath bombs are easy to do to an extent. The adding of wet goods to dry goods is hard. You're supposed to, like, spritz it and then whisk it really, really, really fast so it doesn't, like, activate the baking soda and the citric acid. Just as a note, the longer you hold on to bath bombs, the less effective they'll be. So the less they'll foam, you know, that kind of thing. Let's see, I have a couple of glamours. I have some psychic stuff. New moon ritual. Coffee detox. Sleeping stuff. I have one called Mountain Man. So if a dude wants to take a bath, he doesn't feel emasculated. Also, it sounds awesome, so, you know, a they or a particularly masculine female can also appreciate it. So, we can go into ingredients for things you can throw in your bath and the effects that they have. So, I'm trying hard not to continue doing that. Epsom salt is usually the lion's share of what you're throwing into your bath. I do about 2 cups. You can add more, you can add less. They would reduce muscle stress. Really great after a workout and you're starting to get sore, Epsom salt. Or if you've been on your feet all day long and everything aches, Epsom salt. Alcohol will reduce inflammation. So if you have swelling, like people's ankles swell if they stand for a long time, their knees swell, hips are angry, alcohol will help to relieve a lot of that. Ginger will help with headaches. Oatmeal will help with irritated skin, so like eczema or echinacea. Is that the word I'm looking for? Rosacea. My coffee is gone. I kind of want more. Let's see. Coconut oil will soften the skin. Lavender is great for sleep. So is chamomile, by the way. If you have a ragweed allergy, do not use chamomile. I strongly recommend not using chamomile if you have a ragweed allergy. For teas, for baths, for any of that stuff, you'll have an allergic reaction. Milk will be an exfoliant and also a moisturizer. Green tea is great for toning. Honey is great for anti-aging. It'll tighten the skin. Baking soda will detox, kind of kick your liver into gear. And roses are great for moisturizing and, you know, they smell good. Full moon bath salts, full moon milk bath, and then we get into talismans, which would also be fun to talk about. Miscellaneous bottles. How do we feel about talismans and amulets? I keep reaching for an empty cup and it's empty. don't have much experience with them. Okay. So the way that I make an so amulets are natural and they usually repel. They usually banish. Talismans are man-made and they usually draw something in. So I have like protection talismans in my rings, imbued jewelry, imbued charms. I showed off my talismans when I talked about sigils that you could take with you as keychains. There are ways to charge your talisman. Basically, you pick a thing and you set an intention for it, be it protection, be it luck, be it whatever. Then you charge it. I usually charge it by putting it on my altar for about a week, maybe more. You can also charge it in actively, for happiness, for instance. If you want to draw in happiness, you can ride a roller coaster, you can eat a sundae, you can have an orgasm. For strength, you can lift a heavy weight, you can scale a climbing wall, you can crush something. For serenity, you can float in water, you can watch a sunset, you can pet a dog. And for confidence, you can have an orgasm, because this will work for any of these. Like, let's be real. So yeah, you charge it until it's full, and then I find that it's best to recharge them. So I have 2 necklaces. One's a torque, and then one is like an actual necklace. I keep them on my altar to charge, kind of like having a phone on a charger. And then I wear it during the day. It kind of soaks up any negative energy that is around me. It's a protection against messed up emotions and overreactions. So that's really all there is to it. I imbue rings a lot, I imbue charms a lot, I imbue necklaces a lot. I started doing bracelets. Hydrate or solve? Oh, this one just has like lavender and basil and peppermint oil. There needs to be some kind of intoxicant. Prosperity pesto. So I have a whole section on basil. We can talk about basil. We can talk about ginger, star anise, garlic. I actually have like little illustrations for said. My ginger and my garlic. and my eggs. Lavender, dandelions, thyme, cinnamon, apples, oranges, sage, rosemary, roses, fall leaves, cloves. Cloves are awesome, which is when also when I smoke cloves, I use it as banishment. So I guess it would count as kitchen witching to talk about herbs and the like. Could probably take up a half an hour talking about herbs. Oh my gosh. I wish I had a cigarette. Thinking about stealing one from my sister. Two people watching. Hello, I am grateful for you. So I'm not just talking into the void. I'm actually talking to people. Oh, I never shared this. That's probably why. Talking about herbs. I am being asked a favor from the story time. Once upon a time ago, I was... What is happening? Come on. Come on. There we are. I should also put this in a... I went to the store and peopled, so I am capital D done. Stick this in a group. Witching the witches. Talking about banishment, cleansing, and herbal magics. Herbal uses. There we go. You are welcome to listen and not have to comment. You're not obliged to keep me entertained. I'm gonna get some more coffee and probably step out on the porch, but we will talk about herbs. My computer is warm. My computer is warm. Don't know if I have enough water. Oh. My apprentice has arrived. Hi, baby. You want to say hi?
Hi.
How long you been awake? Do you know? No? You can say no. How you doing?
Really good.
I'm glad. What, you hungry?
Mm-hmm.
What you hungry for?
Food.
You don't say. I mean, what would you like? Apples? Or oatmeal? I don't think that's an apple, baby. And Sage says hello.
Hello.
Did you eat all your apples? Oh no, they're in here. Not really.
It's a peach. I would like a peach with raisins.
Peach is mine. So then it'll be my breakfast. Sorry about this, guys. Would you like some toast with some peanut butter and some raisins? There's nothing in there. Would you like some raisins with breakfast? Whatever we decide. Well, the raisins that are in there, you just closed it.
Raisins with...
We're out of jam. I can probably ask your mom to pick up jam while she's out. There's nothing in there, I promise. I can give you some vanilla...
Vanilla what?
milk. Vanilla milk.
Vanilla milk.
Full of vitamins and stuff. That's a baking drawer. That is not edible stuff. It's got like ramen and stuff in it, but I wouldn't have that for breakfast. I told you there's not a lot of breakfast stuff in there. I'm gonna eat this peach. It's gonna be yummy. Do you want half of this peach?
Yeah.
Alright, let me cut this in half for you. Peaches are kind of messy. So I'm going to stick it in a bowl for you.
How about a peach? One half of a peach with raisins.
That sounds great. Oops.
Take the seed out.
I wasn't expecting the seed to cut in the pit to cut in half. Freestone my eye.
Oh, but peach have seeds.
They do, but usually they're really hard.
Yeah.
And
they should have taken the seeds out.
Well, I should have taken the seeds out.
You got one.
I got one.
But it's all covered in peach.
Yeah, that happens.
But do peaches grow with the seeds in them?
They sure do.
And the peach is leaking.
It is leaking. Okay.
So, now what's for me? Yeah. For me. And this hat is for you.
That is true.
So.
There you go. Nice big handful. Go ahead and take it. It's all yours.
I'm gonna feel.
Thank you. Just don't leak the peach all over the blanket fort, okay? Just eat it over the bowl. So, basil. Really great for money. Really great for fortune. Let us consult my book. And maybe put some creamer in my coffee. You can repel an unwanted love interest by putting a piece of basil under your bed and letting it wilt. You can sprinkle a photo of your bestie that you are having an argument with dried basil, and it will heal the friendship. I want some creamer in my coffee. Really great with mango. One never occurred to me. Like a salad, maybe? Okay. You can use it as protection. Place it near the threshold of your house or the room or whatever, and it will repel negative entities and welcome friendly spirits. You can so it's used to ease tension, right? So we got 2 parts water. Soak the basil in a spray bottle. 2 parts water, 1 part vinegar. Maybe add some lapis lazuli to the bottle. And you can use it as a cleaning solution of sort. Cleansing solution, maybe. Prosperity pesto. So, 2 cups fresh basil, tightly packed. 5 ounces baby spinach. Oh, infused water, that's interesting. Half a cup of olive oil. Half a cup of Parmesan. And a 1/4 cup of walnuts for protection. 2 cloves of minced garlic, also for protection. And basically blend it to death. I usually will harvest at the end of the season, like in November or so. Maybe December. And basically make a ton of pesto out of it. My husband, for some reason, keeps drying it out and leaving it out, so the cats like trample it and shit. I have to throw this out. But if I can talk him into letting me harvest it and letting me make pesto out of it, then maybe he would let me do that. Maybe I'll have some prosperity pesto right before Christmas. Alright, ginger, used as an accelerant. Also used to heat things up. So, you can throw a piece into into a glamour bag. It would inspire heat to the relationship. You can include it in a healing puppet for stomach issues, for dietary issues. You can use it to ward nightmares by placing it under the bed or in a stuffed animal for safety and protection at bedtime. You can basically make an infusion, boil it down, make a spray out of it, basically add it to your cigarettes, or consecrate a photo of someone that you want out of your life, or you want to heat up, for that matter. It makes a great fire sign offering. Like, if you invoke Apollo, you can offer ginger. Star anise, great for divination and psychic things. Also, really cool for in bulk. And you can slow cook it in olive oil on super low to make a dream potion that you can anoint yourself with at bedtime. I'm assuming you can double up star anise and lavender. That would be a nice dream potion. One to put you asleep and one to tap into you while you're asleep. Garlic, chosen by Hecate. You can include it in your food for protection and passion. Ward off sociopaths. Famous for, repelling evil, like I just said with the protection. You can leave a clove with your divination tools. Makes a great ward, like against spirits and, the like. You can break a spell. Like, if you cast a spell that you regret, you can break it yourself with, basically reverse your ritual and bury any remaining spell ingredients in a deep hole with a clove of garlic. And basically you're giving this stuff to Hecate, whatever. Hang braided garlic over a sick person's bed to stop fever dreams and to drive away dark thinking. More poppet things. If you put garlic in the mouth, it'll stop and then sew the mouth shut. It will shut up a gossip. Stick it in a travel bag, like a little satchel just for travel. Also, Turquoise, really good for travel as well. Good luck for travel. Alright, see you later, Sage. Like your own personal witchy class. It's really fun. So in 5 minutes, I will be announcing something special. It will be a premiere video, so keep an eye out for it. And I will catch you guys on the flip side.